What is Islam all about? Hi there, Loyalty here from the land of Labubu, and I have come all the way to Mecca to learn about Islam. So let's start this journey. What is Islam? Islam is an Abrahamic monotheistic religion that is based off the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad. The followers are called Muslims, and this is the second largest religion after Christianity. It is also known as a complete and universal version of a primordial faith that was disclosed through prophets and messengers. The Quran is known to be the verbatim word of God and the unaltered final revelation. They are known to have prior revelations like the Tawrat, the Thor, the Zabar, Psalms, and the Injil Gospel. With this, Muhammad is their main and final prophet of God. Examples of teachings include Sunnah, Nahar, which are documented accounts called Hadith, which is the constitutional model for the Muslims. It is based off the belief of oneness and uniqueness of God, Tawhid, and the belief of afterlife, Akhir, and the last judgment, where one may be granted in paradise, Jannah high, or unrighteousness will be punished to evil in hell, Jahannam. What are the 5 pillars? These are the required acts of worship and are the Islamic oath and creed, Shahadat, daily prayer, Salah, almsgiving, zakat, fasting, Swam in the month of Ramadan, and a pilgrimage, Hajj, to Mecca. While praying is known as personal communication with God by repeating the rakat, by bowing and posturing to God. It is done 5 times during the day and are duties. The prayers are recited in Arabic and in the direction of Kaaba. It includes purity and either routine wudu, a ritual wash, or gulsh, full body wash. A mosque is a place of worship. Almsgiving is when one gives to the poor or needy if they can. Considered a religious obligation because wealth is seen as a trust from God's bounty. Fasting stops food and drink consumption. Also smoking from dawn to dusk. This is during the month of Ramadan. This allows one to be closer to God. Aside from Ramadan, one may also fast on the day of Arafah, which is optional. Finally, pilgrimage should be done once in a lifetime during the Islamic month of Ta al-Hajj. One is to walk around the Kaaba 7 times and then 7 times between Mount Safa and Marwa, which recounts the steps of Abraham's wife. One spends the day praying and worshiping in the plain of Mount Arafat, as well as symbolically storming the devil. One must wear 2 simple white unstitched pieces of cloth called the ihram, considered to bring continuity through the generations of uniformity. Other pilgrimages include Umrah and include other sites like Medina, where Muhammad died, as well as Jerusalem, where there were many prophets, and at Al-Aqsa, which is the direction of prayer before Mecca. What is the Islamic law. Sharia handles virtually all aspects of life, from banking and finance and welfare to men and women's roles and the environment. What are the two main festivals for Muslims and the holiest places in Islam? Eid al-Fitr on the 1st of Shawwal, which marks the end of Ramadan, the fasting month, and Eid al-Adha on the 10th day of Dhul al-Hijjah, that coincides with the end of Hijjah, are the main festivals in Islam. Then the holiest places include Masjid al-Harmin in Mecca, Prophet's Mosque in Medina, and Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Where did Islam begin? In Mecca around 600 CE. This is when Muhammad received the first revelation. At this time of death, most of the Arabian Peninsula had converted to Islam. Over time, it expanded, and most of the Muslim world experienced a scientific, economic, and cultural flourishing. With this expansion, it involved many states and caliphates, along with substantial trade and religious conversion resulting from Islamic activities, Zohar, along with conquest, imperialism, and colonialism. What are the two Islamic branches? Sunni Islam and Shia Islam, which emerged from disagreements over the progression to Muhammad. They then grew and continued to expand, both theological and juridical, while Sunni canonical Hadith collection includes 6 books and the Shahir 4 books. What is the Islamic creed? Al-Qihir. It is an essential belief in the 6 articles that include God, angels, revelation, prophets, and the day of resurrection, and the divine predestination. Tawhid is the oneness of God, known as a particular monotheism, but also pantheistic in the teaching. The God is incomparable and without multiplicity of persons and attributes to others, known as idolatry, also known as shirk. God is known as Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. The creation of the universe comes from the commands and by expressing be and it is, and the one to worship God. With this, there is also consciousness and awareness that is known as Taqwa. Allah is used as the name for their God. Angels are known to worship God and serve duties as communicating the revelations. This is done through a person's actions and taking the soul at a time of death. Made from light nur or fire nar, they show the features in anthropomorphic forms with a combination of supernatural resemblance with wings and wearing heavenly materials. The prophets were chosen by God to teach and preach the message. They are known as messengers. Muhammad is known as the final prophet who conveys the messages of Islam. The day of resurrection, also Yawm al-Qiyamah, is the key for Muslims, known to be preordained by God, but is not known to man. This includes the trials and tribulations by emphasizing their bodily resurrection. This is what they are judged by, good and bad deeds. If one has charity, prayer, compassion for animals, one may be granted the chance to enter heaven. Finally, The divine predestination is a method that every matter, good or bad, is ordered by God. Al-Qadar is the power that comes from measuring and calculation that is expressed by belief in divine destiny. In Inshallah, that means it God wills when talking about the future events. Here are different pictures of prayer and what people wear during prayer. You can see people in the Mecca praying the picture of the Quran, and a man who bows during prayer. Wow, that is a lot of information about the Islamic religion. From the teaching of their only being one God, Allah, and that Muhammad is one of the last of the prophets, they learn from the Quran as the final revelation from God, and follow that what Muhammad taught in their daily life. I also seen how important faith, charity, fasting, and pilgrimage to Mecca is. And to top it off, it is the second largest religion in the world. I will take what I learned and go home to let people know about Islam. Thanks for letting me explore your religion.